He said,
what we need to happen now, we need people who are graduating to get their gowns, not awards. Okay, so I'll read out the list of those people who've got certificate 1, certificate 2.
There it is now. Do stuff. Got a picture of that. She's only let out for the day.
Good morning, everybody. Is that loud enough for everyone to hear? Susie, you can hear? Okay, thank you. Look, I'll get my piece of paper, and firstly I'll welcome everybody here. It's a much smaller crowd than usual, and that's because there are things happening over on the western side, and Anil who are here, they know all about that and know what's going on. So the crowd will always be a little bit smaller this time. But this time we've got 17 people who have finished a certificate, and that's a great achievement for them. And we'll put through the process of getting their certificate and getting a photograph and taking time here with people so that they feel good too. I'd like to welcome all the staff that are here. There are teachers that have come here to bring students here so that they can see what's going on for next year. The students themselves who have come and the students who are waiting inside there. The families of people who are here, and there are some families here from around Mimili and from Indulgana and from Ernabella that I can see already, and Fregon too. So that is really, really good to see that, because this is important for your children. We have our PYEC Executive Director here and some members of PYEC who are here, so welcome to you. We have our Education Director, Mark Ames, is here, and the Assistant Director, Warren Giles, is here. So we welcome you too. And I'd also like to thank the sponsors that we have for this event. And there are 4 different groups of people that sponsor the trophies that you can see out here. May Guru sponsor a trophy, NPY Women's Council sponsor a trophy, IAG, which is the Insurance Australia group, they sponsor a trophy, and Razak sponsor a trophy. So we're very grateful for them because they pay for all of this and they give a small prize to each of the winners of the trophies, which is a terrific thing. there's a whole list of people who can't come here because of Armator, and I put in their apologies collectively for all of that. So those people who can't be here wish they could be, but that's the way that it is. All right? What we're going to do in a minute is all the graduates will walk out through the back and down through here, and they'll walk across the front, and they'll wait quietly inside the workshop until they're called out for their certificate. So as they come past, it'd be great to give them a round of applause, because they have worked hard to do what they've had to do. We'll have a couple of short speeches so that it won't take too long, and then we'll hop straight into the presentations, including the awards, and then we'll have a chance to take photos with family or schools or groups and all that sort of thing. And then the young people who've done those things will take their gowns off and so on, and we'll have some lunch, okay? If people need to go to the toilets, they'll need to go around the back or through the workshop over there to the toilets. If you were to come up and do things, I thought I should explain to you what the colours mean. You'll see students out there with yellow sashes on, red sashes on, or a green sash on. Each different colour represents a different award, a different level of award. So if a student has finished Certificate 1, they'll wear a yellow sash. If they've finished a Certificate 2, they'll wear a red sash, and if they do a Certificate 4 in this instance, they'll wear a green sash. So it's not just, I like the different colours, they get to, the colour they have to wear means a certain level of certificate. Okay? TAFE have provided training for us here for hospitality, automotive training, and for early childhood. Carey Training have provided training here this year for construction for our students doing the construction course, and Growsmart have also done training here for the horticulture training course. The Hills Regional Skills Centre and the Australian Literacy and Numeracy Foundation have provided training for people doing the Early Language and Literacy course. So we have a range of people that work with our schools, both school students and adults, and it is great to have all of those providers on board. Okay, I'll just get these young people to come through.
Here they come now, so if we look out to the side, we'll start to see the students coming in. Hey, well done. Absolutely fantastic, people. That's it. Come through, mate. Yep. Just wait in the doorway area here. Well done. And you'll see our higher level awards coming through here now.
Stand up because I'm short. Just so the people down the back can see me, Michelle. Well, what I'd like to talk about is that although we have people graduating today, it's really part of their lifelong journey in education. So if families think back with regards to who's graduating today, when they were born, preschool, school, primary school, high school, time over here, it's a long journey and it requires a lot of people participating in the education of these students and adults. So that involves families, obviously, and extended families. Reuben Maxburden talks about when he was a kid that education was 24/7. That would happen 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And that's even true these days. Although, students come through the gate in the morning, leave out the gate at night, education is still 24/7. I've got 3 sons of my own, so well aware of the journey that children and young people take over the course of their lives. So today really a congratulations to students and adults, but it's also a congratulations to everybody who's involved in them reaching this part of their journey in education. So well done to everyone, well done to families, well done to schools, well done to PYC, well done to teachers, to educators, coordinators, well done to the team here at the Trade Training Centre. It's really a combination, and congratulations to everyone. I wish all our graduating people today the best of success in the future. And yet, it's only part of their journey still. I mean, from this mock here, we could get a Prime Minister of this country. People have choice, and that's what education gives. It gives people a choice in what they can do with their lives. And if we can provide a choice to people, I think that's fantastic. So congratulations everyone, and congratulations to the people in the audience for your contribution to them getting here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. It's always good to hear words of encouragement. I would like to ask Mr. Burton to come in and say a few words.
Thank you everybody coming today. As Mark mentioned, can't be everything about what's happening, so it's really important that as we see the education is really important that what we focus is achieving young people when they're in school, at home, and at school. So now I don't know what are they, but it's that journey that we need to step into. That journey is the process. Now what are they? So you're not gonna go straight to where you're gonna be.
Director and assistant director to come up here, please. And they will present the certificates as I call them out. So if the students get ready, we'll start moving through them. All right, the first person that we will call up, by pure chance, happens to be a Pirumpa student. It's really important to realise that we have students here, they're not just animal, we have adult students here, we have children or young people students here, we have Pirumpa here, and we have animal who come here. I've organised everything alphabetically, and the first person to be called up today to get Certificate 1 in Hospitality is Leon Kalemba. What it means is that your animal students are getting the same level of certificate as Pirumpa students, whether it's in Port Augusta or Adelaide or Alice Springs or anywhere else. Each student will get a certificate from here. Leon, if you go down there, and then you can go back inside or sit down. Each student will get a certificate from the Trade Training Centre, and they also get a certificate from TAFE, the Hills Skills Centre, or Hills Regional Skills Centre, where they've done their training through. The next one goes to a Yalata student, Isabella Coco. Isabella's come up from Yalata several times now, so it's a huge trip for the Yalata students to come here, but it means that they get their Certificate 1 in Hospitality and they get 20 SACE credits as a result. But if you just wait, we'll have a photo. We don't see, don't fall off. Family, Nicole Coco from Yalata. Well done, Nicole. They've been providing all the food for the last 2 days, and they've been helping Nigel prepare the food for today as well. Another Yalata student, Isaac Cookiner. Where's Isaac? Well done, Isaac. Next we have a staff member from Yalata, Matt Mercer. And that's important too. For Matt, working with the students, teaching students and doing the same training, again it means that your students and the white fellas are getting the same award, their level. And he can help the students later on as they do more training. From Freegon, Erin Nelson. Well done, Erin. Erin finished this earlier on in the year, but she's had to wait until now to be able to receive her proper awards.
Nigel's got the photos.
I remember Erin when I was principal of Freegon. She was our #1 attender for 2014. Excellent attendant there, 100%.
The more you come, the more you achieve. We see that all the time. Okay, well done, Erin. Next one, another young man from Yalata, Joel Peters. I think you all know what it's like to come all the way up here from Yalata. The next student wasn't able to come today. The next one is a young lady from Indulgent, Leanne Walletinner, but Leanne wasn't able to make it today, wasn't in community, but she's still entitled to it, and we'll make sure she gets her certification. There is one person here from Armator who is tied up with what's happening in Armator, and he can't make it. But I can tell you that Isaac Wanpati Brown has also achieved his Certificate 1. Next is another student, and this is the first person from Mercer to have achieved a certificate, Sophia Wheeler. Now Sophia is not here at the moment either, so we'll keep that for her, but it's always really, really good for the first person of any community or school to be able to achieve that, and that's part of history now. So Sophia Wheeler. The last one in the Certificate 1s in Hospitality is another young man who is, well, he's an older man, but and a staff member, and Untitled, and he has been coming, I think it's his 3rd trip now, to the APY Trade Training Centre, and he is really thrilled because he has finished Certificate 1 in Hospitality as well. Can I ask Mark Young to come up here? He's not really old. He's older than the young fellas. It's fantastic when you see AEWs or other community members receiving awards, because animal will be here all the time. The white fellas come and the white fellas go. Even people who stay for a long time, eventually they go. But Mark, he will be part of the community forevermore. Okay, it's part of his community. So that builds capacity for the community. So well done. We also teach more things than hospitality. And what's coming up now is that one person only for the year has finished Certificate 1 in Automotive Vocational Preparation. And I don't think you'll be surprised by this, but it's a young female student who have done this. As a matter of fact, out of all the students that have done automotive training, everyone except for one has been female. So I would like to ask Shania Ridley to come up, please. Not only has Shania done this, she has completed a number of other certificates along the way, and she's now up at Ayers Rock Resort with the traineeship program there. So she has moved on from school, she's moved on through certification, and she is working and training up at Ayers Rock. So it's a huge, huge thing, a future leader for your communities. That's all the Certificate 1s that we have this year. So the next thing we do is move on to Certificate 2. With hospitality, when you finish your Certificate 1, you're part way there. But we build all the work that you do into Certificate 2, and it's much bigger, and it takes longer, and there's not as many people to achieve it. But this year we managed to get 4 people through Certificate 2 in kitchen operations, and we'll call those people up now, one at a time. Hello, Armitage and ladies. Come through, yeah, have a seat. Oh, and gentlemen, sorry. I'll just stop for a moment and go backwards just a little bit for the people from Armitage. We have one person, one student from Armitage who was not able to attend, and we know the reason why. And that person finished Certificate 1 in Hospitality. And I'm wondering if there's somebody there from Armitage who can come and accept that certificate on his behalf. Is there family for Isaac here, or someone from Isaac who can come and do it? We understand why he can't be present, and it's really, really good to be able to recognise what's happened. So thank you. All right, Certificate 2 in Kitchen Operations. Certificate 2 is a higher level qualification. You get more SACE credits when you do it, so children and students doing school will also get a lot of SACE credits for this, and that will help them with their certificate for leaving school. The first person on the list, alphabetically, is Aaron Fraser from Kenmore Park. I think last year Aaron was our Vet Student of the Year, so he still keeps coming back even though he's won the overall award. The next person is from Kenmore Park too, Hazel Fraser. Again, like Mark Young, Hazel is an AEW, and it is fantastic to have our AEWs get these awards, because Hazel will live in Kenmore Park and on the APY lands forever. I will go, Craig will go, Mark will go, Warren will go. We will all leave one day. But we take all our expertise with us. But Hazel will be staying and Mark will stay in Yellowton. So absolutely fantastic. The next person comes from Yellowton, Paula Hornhart. If Paula is out there somewhere, I've lost her. Paula works in the school. So once again, it is great. Like Matt, she can help the students too. So she graduated with Certificate 1 last year, and she's going to graduate if she doesn't fall off in Certificate 2 now. And another Yellowton achievement, this time a young person, and it makes me really happy inside when I see young people graduate. But Nikisha Quima has also finished Certificate 2 in Kitchen Operations. Here she comes. Well done, Nikisha. And that's the end of our Certificate 2 level qualifications. It's harder to get Certificate 2, that's why there's a smaller number. And now we move on to a certificate. We jump Certificate 3. We haven't quite got one person through Certificate 3 yet, but we're nearly there, I know that, but we'll see. It'll have to wait till next year, but we do have someone who has finished Certificate 4, one person only. And this one here is Certificate 4 in Early Language and Literacy, and it is provided by a different training organisation called the Skills Regional Training Centre, and they come from New South Wales. So we've got a New South Wales training organisation who has been working with this student, and she has come here sometimes and done work in the community sometimes, and after several years she has finally finished, and she's very, very proud. She gets a badge to say that she is an early language and literacy practitioner, and that comes from the Australian Literacy and Numeracy Foundation. So I would like to call Sally Cullinan to come up here, our final student to get an award, and she is exceptionally proud. It's fantastic. Once again, an adult in our schools working with your children, getting qualifications. So well done. That marks the end of the final graduate for this year, and most of the people have actually come. Don't go too far away, Mark. What we do have now is some special awards, but for each of the training areas for the students, and then an overall award. And these have been sponsored by different people. If I can find my piece of paper. Here we go. These awards that you can see up here, they come with a little prize that goes to the student. They come with a trophy that the student can take home, and they come with a wall plaque that stays here at the Trade Training Centre. Perhaps if I ask Warren to perhaps hold up the blue trophy for a moment. The student who wins that award can take that home and keep it forever. Okay? There's an envelope under there that has the details of a prize, and the trophy behind that, Warren, this one here, you'll see has names on there, on the little shields, and that stays here for everybody who comes to the Trade Centre can have a look and say, oh, where's that one from? Or who's that? Oh, I know this one here. And so you can see, and over time, there's a whole history of everybody who's done and achieved things here. All right? So the first award is the Hospitality Award. If you can read that one there, Warren. It'll be one of the three small ones. Sponsored by Maywuru, and you all know Maywuru, so it's very kind of them to do that. And I would like to call out a Freegon student, Natalie Shannon, who is the best hospitality student for this year. So well done, Natalie. If I count up the attendance, Natalie has done certificates already. She's still working towards certificates, but she has overall shown a lot of potential in the kitchen, and Nigel is very happy with what she has achieved, and she has achieved the best student of the year. For hospitality. That's it, hold it up, looking good. Photographic opportunities. So Natalie, you take the trophy home, and today you'll leave the brown one here, but you can carry it now so people can have a look. The next one is the Construction Award, and that's sponsored by the Insurance Australia group, and they're a huge group that look after all the insurance needs, and they have a lot to do with people on the APY lands and Women's Council and RASAC and all the other organisations that help. And it's a wonderful thing. They're the largest insurance group in Australia, and they're very, very proud and very, very pleased to sponsor us. And every now and again they meet here, and so it's very nice to have their support. This time, this award goes to an Armator student who we know can't be here, but if someone could come up and collect the award on behalf of Isaac, that would be wonderful. The Construction Award. I know that this will get back to him when he's finished. Buddy, what do you think? Well done. The third award that we have before we get to the most outstanding secondary student is the Automotive Award. And this is sponsored by MPY Women's Council. And Women's Council come here and meet, they support this place, they come and do things with community and students and old people. They use the place a lot, and they're a great supporter of the Trade Training Centre, and they too have donated a trophy and a prize. And this year the Automotive Prize goes to a young person who's the only person to complete Certificate 1 in automotive training this year, Shania Ripley. Again, a fantastic achievement for her. With Shania, she has family, as you know, in Yallerton, she has family in Kenmore Park, she has family in Ernabella, and she spends time in all those places. And right now we had to drag her back from Yallara to come here, and she'll be going back there tonight. That's how committed and dedicated she is, so that's a really, really fantastic outcome for you. There's only one trophy left up here now, and that's for the most outstanding secondary student with all our vet courses. And what happens is I talk to Nigel and say, who do you think is the best person for hospitality? I talk to Tony and I say, who do you think is the best person for construction and horticulture with their training? And Don from TAFE, who can't be here today, I talk to him, and each of those lecturers nominate a person, and then we work out who is the best person then overall for this award. Okay? So it's got a lot of input from people like Nigel, Don and Tony. In this case, this year's award for the most outstanding secondary student, donated by RASAC, goes to Isaac Wanpity Brown from Armator.
So we might change the family now of this presentation, and I might call on Mark to come up onto the stage and hand this one out as the manager of the Trade Training Centre.
Because he's done that, like everybody else, he gets an envelope which has got a little, come up here for a moment, okay, sorry. gets to keep that himself too. So can you make sure he gets that? But wait, one more. And this here is a shield. And if we look at this shield, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 4th graduation. This is the 4th time we've done this. The very first one, we only had one award. When people saw what happened, they donated these other awards. So here we are. The first person was Denita Nelson from Freegon. The second one was Judy Carroll from Kenmore Park. The third one was Aaron Fraser from Kenmore Park. And now we've got Isaac Brown from Armature on this. And this stays here for everyone to see. Okay, thank you. Now that I'm up here, that's just about it, okay? What we normally do now, thank you to Mark, and thank you to Warren, and thank you to everybody who came here. What we do now is people can get up and leave. Nigel will bring some food out, which we'll serve down there. There's a cup of tea down there that people can go and have a drink and all the rest. If you want to take photos of the students in their gowns, with their awards, with their certificates, it's a really good time to do that now for the next 10 or 15 minutes. Once everybody's done that, well then you can take your gowns off and bring them back here, and we'll put them away, and then you can get have a lovely lunch. And you know that Nigel's really good with what he does, so you get plenty of food. Okay, so a big round of applause for everybody. I'll ask if all those people with certificates and awards could come up here, and we'll get a group photograph of everybody, and then we'll call it finished and everybody can talk. Happy. Okay, smile.
It's the second time I've stepped on you.
Big kiss.
Beautiful, and I'll send that to you.
So this is the video, so you can
Video,
actually,
so well done girls.
you can move.
Look at these wonderful trophies. Bring on the best. We're going to have some lunch. Yes, thank you.
Hey guys, can you all look 5 seconds? Take some back.
go. Smile. Smile.